So one of my other hobbies, in addition to technology, is cars. And I recently got a new cold air intake for my Audi S5, and I wanted to get instructions for doing the install. Now, the company 034 Motorsports provides very detailed instructions with lots of images, a 10-page PDF to get this done. But I really wanted to print it out, and I'm a little cheap, and I know that printing out very detailed instructions with images is going to basically kill the ink in my printer, and if anybody has bought printer ink, you know how expensive it is. So I wanted something that's a little bit more concise, with mostly just the text and instructions, rather than having a lot of images, something that I could print in 1 to 2 pages. And so I decided, why don't I try to use Copilot to see if Copilot can give me those concise instructions. So what I'm going to show you today is what I did to generate those instructions. Now, the instructions from 03 Motorsports comes in a PDF, and I can't upload a PDF, at least to the commercial version of Copilot. I'm not using the Office 365 version of Copilot. So what you're going to see is what you would get if you just have a regular Microsoft account. And I'm going to show you how I went through to generate those instructions. Okay, so for this bit, I'm just going to use Snippet. Now, the keyboard shortcut for Snippet is Start-Shift-S, and that will allow you to grab a screenshot, but you can open Snippet and do it manually if you'd like. And I'm just going to take a snippet of page 1 here. Okay, and so now I'm going to go in and open this. It will open in the Snippet tool, and I'm just going to simply save it. I'm going to go into this folder and say S34, which is the name of the part, instructions, page 1. Okay, I'm going to close it. I'm just going to repeat this process for each page. So here I get to page 2. I'm going to take another screenshot here, and I will save it to page 2. And I will just do this over and over again until I have all 10 pages. In the case of this document, it's 10 pages. So I'll go through and screenshot all 10 pages. So you're in Copilot, and you see here I can upload an image. And so what I'm going to do before I upload the image is I'm going to give it a prompt to let it know what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to just tell it, I am installing a new air intake for my car, and I have 10 images of instructions on how to do this. Could you give me a new set of instructions after I send you all 10 images? Okay, so we're going to give it that prompt, and it says for me to upload the images. So I'll start with image 1. You can only do 1 image at a time, so I'll just do 1 image at a time here and see how it goes. So it's starting to generate some instructions here. So let's give it a second image. Okay, it keeps going. So we'll just go through the rest of the steps, and you'll see here it's just filling out the instructions as we go along. Okay, we are here onto our final image, image 10. Okay, it's generating the final set. Okay, so you can see here it's generated the final set of instructions. So you see here it's broken down the instructions. It's not one set document. So now that we're at the end here, we can give it another prompt. Okay, now that you have all 10 images, can you generate a comprehensive set of instructions for me to use during the installation? Okay, so here it goes, generating the installation. It has supplied parts, the tools needed, and you can see here it starts at step 1. And because I told it to do comprehensive, it kind of adds these bullets here, and it gives me a final out. This may be a little bit too long, so let me ask it, can you redo the instructions but condense where possible? So I want a little bit more condensed instructions. So we'll see here if it's able to condense it down. Yeah, it got down to 15 instructions. Okay, so it put some of it together. Now you can continue to play around with this This is too condensed, and can you take out the bullets? Okay, so now it gives me more of a narrative rather than just a set of bullets, but I did like the bullets up top. So can you use bullets for the supplied parts and tools needed section? There you go. So now we've gotten our comprehensive set of instructions. So you can see every time you do this, and depending on how you do it and what prompts you use, you'll get something a little different, but it's also really awesome that you can continue to have a conversation with it and adjust and edit the format and the way that you get the result. I mean, it's pulling all of this from the images. Of course, you should double check and make sure that whatever, it says in the actual instructions that you got, it shows up here, but it looks pretty comprehensive for me. So now let me kind of flip over to Word and show you what I did with it. I'm here in one of the various iterations of this that I did. I like these instructions that were generated the best. And so I'm gonna end up copying these into Word. You can see I'm starting with a blank Word document here. There's no, send to Word button. Hopefully they'll have that later, but I'm just gonna copy the instructions down here and paste. And that looks pretty good. So you see it has installation instructions for the 03 Motorsports Super Duper system. I'm gonna maybe make that a little bigger. I like the way the supplied parts are and the installation steps, but I think I can save a little space. So I'm just gonna take this and create a quick table. And I'm gonna put the supplied parts on one side, and let's put these tools on the other side here. And I don't really need a border. Okay, cool. And then I have installation steps. Don't really need that here. And the steps look pretty good. I like how they do it, but it would be great to have, I don't need this. I will enjoy it, trust me. But I'd like to still have one image of what it looks like at the end, right? So let me go back over to the document here and see if I can find, maybe this image here is a really good image of what it looks like when it's all said and done, just so I have some kind of reference of what I'm trying to do. So let's grab just another screenshot here of the final product, and we'll paste it in here. A little too big, and we're done. And so there you go. I have one image, so at least I have some reference of what it looks like. Clear up some of the formatting here. I have all of my instructions, and now I have a nice comprehensive document. So this is a great one if I am going out into the garage and I'm gonna work on this. This is an easy document for me to take with me, where it gives me all the tools I'll need, what the parts are, all of the instructions, and it also saves me on some ink. So I can also reuse this, and you'll see I'll include this document in this video so that you guys will have it if you happen to be doing this. Actually, we'll be making a video, not for this video, but I'll be making a video on the installation for my auto channel. I'll leave a link in case you're into car stuff. You can go and subscribe to that one. But I'm actually using this to include it in my auto channel as the instructions. So anybody who's coming after me who wants to do this, they'll have a set of printable instructions. Just one more bonus tip, something that was pretty neat that I tried is I just said, hey, like if I'm doing a YouTube video on this, could you generate a script for me? And sure enough, Copilot generated a script that I could use to do my video for how to do the installation of this part. So it's pretty cool seeing it, give me some interesting things to say, where to do close-ups and all of this other stuff, things that's super important. So I'll probably print this and use it just as a guideline. Rarely do I actually have a script for anything I'm going to say, but it's interesting to see Copilot do that as well. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. It has been a while since I've done a video on my tech channel, so it was really cool to get back into my office, which most of the time I spend in here is doing work, so I don't really spend a lot of time doing videos anymore, but hopefully you found this useful. I plan to do a little bit more AI stuff. My role now in Microsoft is very much AI-centric, and I find myself using Copilot for work and for personal life a lot more frequently than I did in the past, and I found it to be super useful, so I figured I would share some of the things that I'm learning, and hopefully you'll find them helpful. All right, thanks. Bye.